Today, to give you your show Taping Bats, Seth Gibson joins us at Studio 274. Please welcome Seth Gibson.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Seth Gibson. I'm going to be showing you all how to tape your bats properly. This will work for baseball bats and softball bats as well. First, you need to make sure you have some tape. It can be M tape or it can be just regular athletic tape. I prefer M tape because it's a little bit thicker and it kind of helps you, get a little bit better grip on your bat. Taping your bat, you want to first make sure if you have a good size roll for the bat, the handle. The handle will be, some bats they differ on size. Like this handle is real skinny, this handle is real thick, and this is like a medium sized handle. So you want to make sure you have enough tape to properly wrap each size of the handle. And before you start taping your bat, you need to make sure you know the regulations and the rules of how far you need to tape your bat. Some rules and regulations for each division will have different kinds of settings. Like if you tape your bat over the knob, that will be illegal, but some divisions and some schools allow that. And you need to make sure that it's not too high. If it's too high, then sometimes it'll be illegal and your team can forfeit a game actually because you're using the wrong proper bat. But first, when we start off, you want to get probably pretty good size tape right here. We're going to tape the knob. You always tape the knob first. I'm just going to cut it. You want to tape the knob. You're going to do this side first. It doesn't really matter about the wrinkles. Just fold it all the way down. They're going to get another piece. And do the other side. It don't have to be too perfect, but you just want to make sure the handle and the knob is kind of together. As you see, it's kind of, there's a little bit of metal still left, but that's okay because we're going to retape that. When you first start the handle, you make sure you get a long piece. You're not going to cut this until you get done. You're going to start at the very bottom. You're going to make sure this goes. And then you make a long spiral. You don't want to make it too small of a spiral because if it's too small of a spiral, then the tape will rub together. See, like that, that's not good, so I need to redo it. Come like down here. Like I said earlier, you need to make sure that the regulations are right because this black tape is usually the cutoff, so you can't go past that or they'll be illegal. So then you can cut it once you get there. And notice some of these are close, but they'll be fine for this show. But you really need to make sure these are all quite, not touching each other. And then we're going to start at this end, and work our way back. Kind of just go over the holes that I missed. Do you want to cut it again? Don't worry, it still looks, not properly done, but we still need to fix the holes right here, so we're just going to go back and cut off some tape, fill the holes. We'll be back shortly. When we come back, I'll finish taping this and I'll show you how to get some more techniques on it and more properly weigh and more of the tape. And we'll be right back shortly. Savor the taste of Sylvia's homemade pizza. Soft crust, organic mozzarella, cheese, juicy tomatoes, and basil hand-picked from our garden. Sylvia's Pizza, freshly made with love from our kitchen to yours. Welcome back to the show. Before we left for the break, we were going to finish taping these holes, so we're going to go ahead and finish taping these holes. You just really want to make sure there's hardly any black left, because the tape will kind of, as soon as you get your hands around it and you're up there at the plate and you're in the cages, it'll just gradually even out. But if you leave some black, then it's just going to be uneven, and then you're going to have an awkward, grip on the bat. But the tape will smooth out the more you hold it and the more you grip it and swing the bat. So let's just finish up real quick, taping it, all the black. Don't need any black on the bat. You want to be careful using too much tape, because if you wrap it too much time, the bat's going to be too thick. And when it's too thick, it's just going to be hard to grip it. Could cause blisters sometimes. And see, the bat is fully gripped. That's good. And you want to make sure you smooth your hand down, because if there's any more, if too much tape is sticking out, then it could cause some real blisters. And from personal experience, it doesn't feel too well. But if you see these bats right here, these bats were taped by me, and if you rub your finger down them, you can tell that there's some little edges in it, and those edges are good, because if it's a little bit too smooth, then your bat can kind of slip off. Your hand can slip off the bat, and you want just a tiny little edges going down it. If there's edges, then your hand can get a little firm, little position and grip on the handle. This one doesn't have the knob on it, because at this time and this day, this bat's about 4 or 5 years old. The regulations, you could not tape the knob, so you have to leave the knob off, and you have to stop it right here, because the regulations were you couldn't go past. Most bats, most bats and most regulations, it's only when the barrel gets thick that it's when you have to stop. Like this bat is a wood bat, and the regulations is when the bat starts to get to its barrel is when you have to stop taping it. So that's why this bat is way up here. And this bat, as you can see, it's not all the way wrapped, but it has tape where it's lined up. So there's edges, and that's where your hand can fit and mold into the bat. And personally, I like these kind of bats, but most people, this is more convenient and more. It kind of feels better to most people. We're gonna try to. I didn't tape this knob too good, so I'm gonna re-tape this knob. If it's not too good, you can just go around, wrap it. But like I said, you don't want to have too much tape around it, because it's just going to be too hard and you can have blisters. Like I said, the tape will look like as if it's not even, but as soon as you start swinging the bat in the cages or on the field, the tape will wear down to it even, and there'll be a little bit of edges where you won't, but it'll all kind of even out, and it'll be more proper and more fitted to your handle and your grip. This is a skinny bat. This is a skinny handle, so there's less tape. But as a medium-sized handle, you kind of want to tape it a little bit farther. As long as it's good as the regulation, you'll tape it a little bit longer, because if it's too small and too small of a gap, then the bat won't get enough power, because the bat is going to flex when you hit the ball. So you want to make sure it's not too far, but just keep it within the regulations of the bat. And we're fixing to finish up the show. Hopefully you'll tune in next week and show us how to finish taping the bats. I'll show you different techniques and different, swag grips you can have on your bat to look better when you go onto the field, and hopefully you'll tune in next week. Thank you.